Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations 2017, either live on Facebook for our weekly live or later on the replay on YouTube. Welcome. I'm so glad that you found my channel. Tonight we're going to play with some stockings, and with the stamp set I'm going to create, I've created and will demonstrate for you a couple of cards using the stamp set. And one is a fun fold. And we're also going to be making this very simple and easy hot cocoa packet using a stamp bundle that's in the current mini catalog. And we also have another project that I'm going to share with you, and we're going to stamp and play with the stocking that is part of the November 2024 paper pumpkin kit. This is a gift that I give myself every month, and every crafter and stamper should definitely look into getting a monthly subscription just so that you can create and enjoy the natural serotonin that you get when you create something. And just to be creative is such a fun gift to be able to do and to share with you. It's December the 12th, so we're getting down to crunch time. And so tell me in the comments, what exactly do you put in your stockings? Now, this one is very interesting. And so I'm going to share with you just some fun things that I've just found lying around the house that will actually fit into these stockings. So they're a little bit more life size, if you will, than what I originally thought they would be. We've had some 5-6 years ago, I think, that were a little bit smaller. But these are like the canvas feel to them, so you can definitely stamp on them. And so let's go ahead and get started. Bear with me for one moment as I turn the camera down, and we'll get started. All right. There we go. Here's where all the fun's going to happen tonight. Let's see if I can get this as close to the project as possible. I'm so glad you decided to join. I used to, not here in the recent year, but I used to skip a couple of months of paper pumpkin because I would think, oh, it's not cards, it's, something that's different. And actually, every month the paper pumpkin has a stamp set. And we actually got a sneak peek of what's coming in 2025. And I have to say, I am very impressed with some of the kits that they've got coming. It's really exciting to me. Okay, this is what the actual sock looks like, the stocking. And I've put in, just like I said, a couple of things I had on hand. Little pencils. These are great gifts for teachers. This would be great coworkers, neighbors. Holds a little bit of hand sanitizer. It'll even hold a small magnet, or not magnet, but ornament for your tree. And of course, candies, gums, and chocolates, linders. So I just tucked that one down there in the bottom. And then our little ornament. And this sock actually holds quite a lot. And I think this is a straw that you can put in your cocoa and stuff. So, got a lot to share with you tonight. And like I said, this little stocking will hold quite a bit. Well, maybe I put this one in before I put the hand sanitizer. That's what I did. There we go. Get that Lindor way down in there. And it holds a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. I did collect, I guess you could say, some little bits and pieces that fall off like a wreath or some of my ornaments. And so I just collect them and put them in this box. You could certainly add some of this fun stuff, some of these fun little elements if you wanted to, some bells and whatnot to really deck up your little stocking there. And I have this one this hot cocoa packet I made several years ago when I would do craft fairs. And I did the same design, but I changed it up a little bit, so it's a little bit smaller, because this one just seemed to dwarf. It was like too big. And so I've used current product, and I'm gonna show you demonstrate how to do that this evening. It's super, super easy. And bringing in our More Than Autumn. You could totally do fall apple cider, little apples in there. You could totally do that. And of course, it's that time of year where I get all these fun gifts that I make handmade and give to my sister-in-law. And of course, I had a custom order for the calendars, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. We also have our Stampers Christmas party coming up Saturday, so I'm very excited about that. And it looks like we've got a couple of tags, and this one, they show the samples of what you can use to put everything together, 4 different kinds of styles. But before I made that, I actually didn't make it. I figured I would make this one with you guys. It's showing a lot of like stamping on the little ornament itself, and I don't think I did that for the cards I made. I made 2 cards, but I do want to stamp on the stocking because I'm kind of curious about that. And we're going to be using these fun real red and white adhesive backed peppermints. This one was a hot item, so I'm glad I got a couple of those when they first came out. One of the things I like to do when I get my paper pumpkin is I like to get all of the stamps and put them on the blocks. And for this month, instead of Real Red, it was Poppy Parade was the ink spot. Oh, here it is, Poppy Parade. That was the ink spot for this month. I do have the set of full-sized inks, and so I just get those out. It's just easier for me when I'm using all one. I'm not quite certain how to use these, so we'll fiddle with that and see if we can figure that out. But like I said, I like to see what exactly is in here, and I love all of the font and everything that's in this particular kit. Really nice. And so let's go ahead and get started with a couple of cards that I made. These are Athena Originals. I say that because I haven't seen this kind of style. There's a lot of great cards out there. But again, Athena Original, I just brought in some of that a little bit festive paper and then just did some simple stamping to make this fun little Z fold, a little bit of designer paper. And honestly, the inspiration for this card came from the fact that I knew I wanted to do something with the stamps, but I wasn't sure. And I was moving things around, cleaning up on my desk, and this fun fold was just kind of sitting around. And so I remeasured it so that I could give you the dimensions or the instructions. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And so that's what inspired me. I just decided I was going to stamp on this mostly, but I thought I still have some designer paper from that festive kit, and this would be a perfect use for it. Now, that one also has 2 different sides. So if you didn't like this side, you could certainly use the other side, and that would have been fine too. Both sides look great. I just thought it just kind of coordinated better that way. And of course, this one too, 2 sides to it. I still had a little bit of that paper left over, which I used that paper on the next card. And so this piece right here is 4 by 2 1/2. You could certainly make it flush from top to bottom and make it 4 1/4 by 2 1/2, but I just decided to do the 4 by 2 1/2. And then stamp, brought in some die cuts. Let's see, I forget the name of these. The names on here. I always put them on magnets. It just seems to help. Spotlight on Nature dies. So I haven't used the stamp set, although I have it, but I've gotten these dies out and they're really unique. I kind of like these. So I just brought in some shaded spruce. So that's what I mean when I say Athena Original on that one. And then we're going to use these little, I call them flat adhesive dots. They come with all paper pumpkin kits, and they come with all of the kits in the kits collection. And then card number 2 is another Athena Original. Just bringing in a little bit of designer paper. Sending lots of cheer. Merry Christmas. So some simple, fun, and easy cards. And then we're going to stamp on the stocking. And I'm debating on whether or not I want to use maybe shaded spruce. We'll see. So this is thick cardstock. Move all that to the side. Grab my bone folder. So it's basically the 11.5-inch side. You just fold in half. And then you'll fold this. I've got it scored, but you would fold it all the way back over onto itself. And just burnish those score lines. I was going to have some Christmas music playing tonight like I did a couple of weeks ago, but apparently when you have music in the background and you try to upload your video to YouTube, it recognizes copyrighted music and bans you, or doesn't allow you to post it. I don't know what they call it, but okay, so lesson learned, not to do that. So, oh well, that's okay. I'll just talk at you as I'm doing this. So it does look like there is an up and down. It looks like the top of the ornaments are this direction. So just keep that in mind when you're cutting your paper for your projects. And I'm just going to find that sweet spot in the middle where it is all in the middle. I'm going to hold down one side, lift up the flap, and then my Stampin' Seal, I'm going to flick it toward me and it stays on the roller. I try to keep repeating certain things like that because I know that for the longest time I used to have issue with this going back and forth on the track, and then sometimes it would wind up and I would waste a whole roll. And so I try to share all the tips and tricks that I can with all of you so that you don't have those same issues. And I use my Take Your Pick tool with pretty much everything. So there's that little, it's sometimes hard to pick up. So on the end is that gummy part, and it helps pick up pieces if you're like all thumbs, and I'm that way. Sometimes I'm all thumbs. So that gummy part is so helpful. And then this has a little perforation where you can just punch that out. And it's going to go right on top of the ornaments. Just like that. This one's really cute. And I'm turning them over because, like I said, the kit comes with these, I call them flat adhesive dots. And you're just going to put one right in the center of each. And then you're going to pick it up. And then on each ornament, I'm going to put it right on the top. Just like that. And the same thing for this one. Just like that. That little thin piece right there. And then I'm going to set all of those pieces to the side just for a moment because we're going to do some stamping using the Poppy Parade. You can see I've used this a lot. And I love the photopolymer stamps because I can see exactly where I'm stamping. And then once you put your stamp to the paper, you want to fully commit. And then Merry Christmas. I love, love, love the font. And just push down nice and evenly. And so next we've got these two that we're going to stamp all on this side here. We'll just stamp one at a time. It almost feels like it needs to be re-inked. There we go. Just give it a little bit of a background here. That's pretty good right there. This one's nice and easy. So now I'm going to find where I want this at. Let me move that over. Somewhat in the middle. And again, I'm going to hold down one side and lift up this flap and apply my adhesive. See how far down this goes. That's how far I put the adhesive. Just like that. And now I'm going to put the ornaments on here. Find out exactly where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the adhesive. Let's see. Yep, just like that. Apply a little bit of adhesive for this one. And that is how easy it is to make this fun fold. And next, we're gonna make this card, bringing in some really pretty paper and some pretty ribbon that I've pre-cut and scored. And this is Shaded Spruce. Beautiful color. And that's 11 by 4 1/4. Shaded Spruce, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, we want to do our stamping first and assembling. So for the inside piece, we're going to say sending lots of cheer, and then those like star. Here's sending lots of cheer. Right in the middle. Okay, so that's the middle piece. And then this one, again, I love the font, Merry Christmas. And this really beautiful stamp. It's got like little ribbon, like bows at the top. I just thought this was so cute. Such a cute stamp set. There are refills available. I don't know if there will be extra kits available. I personally have purchased a couple of extra kits. So if you're a customer of mine and you're interested, just reach out and I'll hold one back for you. And then I wanted to use a little piece here, and I forget the measurement on this one. So it's 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. So just a little bit on the side. The full kits have the stamp set and of course the cute little stockings. There we go. And I flick it towards me. And then this piece I'm going to just put right on the top. Such a pretty color. And I want to just add a little bit of adhesive for the ribbon to hold on to. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to the top of the base of our card. Remember to flick towards you, that way it stays on the roller track. I almost turned this one into a fancy card, but I figured I'll just wait. And somehow I lost that little piece, but I have an extra one on this side, so I'll use it. It's got that tiny little perforation there. I'm going to add our little flat adhesive dot, as I call them. And I use the Take Your Pick tool all the time when crafting. To me, that's one of those crafter must-haves, in my opinion. In this one, I want to put up on dimensionals. Kind of at an angle. Just like that. So cute. And then we want to be sure and put our sending cheer on the inside. And so other than ribbon, there's no other bling or embellishment. You can totally bedazzle it out as much as you want. Well, I'm going to have to change that soon. Card number 2. And so now we're going to attempt, because I always change it up. Looks like we've got sending cheer and filled with joy. Little tags that it looks like somehow they attach it to the stocking, and I am not real sure how they did that. But before we get too far into that, I do want to stamp the stocking, because why not? Hey, Beverly and Sherry, I'm so glad y'all joined tonight. Let's stamp directly on here. I think I want to do a Merry Christmas, and I think I want to do some ornaments. So this is like a canvas type material. You can totally stamp on them. And so I definitely want to do that. Make sure it's very juicy. And I'm going to just press down firmly. Let that ink soak in. It's been a long time since I've stamped on canvas, so it's kind of light, but that's okay. You can totally do it. So let's do a couple of these. Ooh, I pushed down too much on that one, so the ink kind of distributed a little bit further. Nice. Let's do some of these cute little things here. Hope y'all can come Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And now let's do a Merry Christmas. I want to do it right up the top. That's so cute. And it doesn't look like it bleeds through at all. So we probably could stamp the next side too. Let's do that. Why not? And if there's comments, I'm not seeing them on my phone, but I will go back and respond. Very nice. Let's do a couple of these. As long as we don't get on the seam, it should stamp just fine. Merry Christmas. So cute. All right. So now while we have that open, let's get a couple of our tags. So we can stamp some of the tags here. Because I did use a lot of these already on the cards. So let's see. This one's really pretty. So let's do one of these on the blue one as it's shown. And we'll do one of these over there. There we go. It's so cute. And of course, you can always think outside the box and use some bells from previous years. If you have those on hand, you could totally do that. You could attach that on there. And then somehow this little, it's like a pin. Somehow you can attach it. And I'm not real sure how they did that. Oh, it's a pin, so of course you can naturally do a pin. Okay, that's how they did it. So that's easy. Oh, it's bendable. Got to be real careful. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Let's go ahead and put this together and we'll stamp. This one says sending you joy, so we'll put it together just like that. Let's see here. I'm going to turn that one over. Put those little adhesive dots on there. So if y'all didn't get this kit, I'll bet you're wishing you did now because, oh, they're so fun. It's a gift I give myself every month. And I'm actually going to share one of my kits Saturday with y'all, so hopefully you guys can come. This would be a fun gift to give your postal person that delivers your mail. That's my plan. I gave her one of the cocoa packets yesterday and she just raved about it. She's like, I love surprises in my mail, in your mailbox. And so I like to do fun stuff like that. Put some chapsticks, some hand cream, some antibacterial stuff, and it's so much fun to do that. Sending lots of cheer. I'm going to stamp that one on this one here. And this fun star looking piece there, accent. And then we're just, it shows stamped on there with the twirlies, but I don't really care to do the swirlies. These little swirly things here. That's okay. Now here's the stocking before we fold it. It's quite large. And of course, every kit now has this guide that shows you all this, what everything says, and the details of the stamps, which is amazing. Love it. Filled with joy, sending cheer, holly jolly, to and from. So even though it was not really a card kit, you still get stamps. And I think it's very worth it. If you didn't really care for that seaming, which some people I guess don't, you could turn it inside out or just, you know, fold it over like that. I think it's perfectly fine like that. It's really a nice size sock or stocking. I do like it. It's cute. So we're going to go ahead and put, oops, let's see. I guess I need to cut that down. You know, it looks like it's just dangling. So let's just wait and let's do the dangle part and see. I think that's cute. Okay. Yeah, we'll put the little, let it dangle. And so this little tag is now ready. Just like that. And so we stamped it. Now let's stamp this one. Again, we'll do the same little star accent at the top and the bottom. And this one's filled with joy. Let's see. That's this one right here. Love that word joy. That's beautiful. Yes, Beverly, I do. In fact, that's the next project I'm going to share with y'all is how to make it. It's super, super easy. The hot cocoa packet, super easy. I'm going to share that next. Okay. And so this one, again, it's going to have this little pin. And it is ready to go. See how simple that is? Oops. So we have our 2 tags, just like that. Move all that aside. So here's the stocking and the 2 tags and the 2 cards that I've made, Athena Originals. And I'm going to set this project aside because as you can see, you can do all kinds of different stamping on here. To and from Santa, Holly Jolly, Merry Christmas, just up to you. But I used them for the cards. And then there's that from this whole kit. And here comes the next one. I'm so excited about this one. And it's so easy. And I definitely wanted to share it with you guys tonight. This was the original one that I had made before. And it's, I'll hold it still if you want to take a screenshot. As always, I'll post it later in our Facebook group for you. So it's a hot cocoa packet. And it's 8 by 5, scored at 3 3/4 and 4 1/4. And then cut up to the score line, which I'll show you in a moment. And then the bottom is scored at 1/2 inch. And then we put it through the trimmer and then at an angle, just kind of at a slant, trim it. And then we're going to use tear and tape to put it together. And then, of course, we're going to use some beautiful ribbon, a little stamping. And this was the one I did a couple of years back. Some of you might remember this fun stamp set of the cups. I may still have that in my storage area here somewhere. But this is the newer, updated version. And I did, this one's a little bit bigger in measurement, but the measurement I gave you was for this packet. And this one I added inside of it a little gingerbread cookie. Some cookies, hot cocoa, and you know, it comes from this stamp set, which is super awesome. And I hadn't had time yet to play with it, so I thought this would be a great time getting closer to Christmas, giftables for the delivery people, for, you know, people at the office, maybe a neighbor. You could do hot apple cider, pumpkin spice, all the fun things, right? You can do all that. More Than Autumn. And this is Joe Golden, was the $1 Million Sales Achiever. And it shows you when it's got that nice gold, the $1 Million Sales Achiever. So she created and designed this set, which is so fun. And it comes with the die cuts and lots of great stamps. So that is the inspiration that's used to make this one tonight. And of course I had to use these fun little guys. They're the adhesive back peppermints. They've been super hot this year. As soon as they come back into stock, then they get ordered and they go out of stock. Just a fun product this time. Okay. And this one you can get, I think it's a pack of 6 of them at the Dollar Tree. I think they have them. Walmart has some in the baking section. So you can find these pretty much anywhere, or just a plain candy cane would work. And then any of your hot cocoa mixes. This one is, it's got the marshmallows and the dust, and it's got the, I don't know, this one's full of sugar, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's kind of thick, but you can use whatever, you know, you guys like to use. I wanted to do the one that had the 0 added sugars. So they have like the Nestle's, Hill Country, H-E-B has the no sugar added. I mean, they all have, you know, they're pretty thick for the packets. And most of the packets will work. And then, like I said, of course, you can do a hot apple cider. And those are a little bit thinner. So, you know, you can put a lot in these little baggies. Lots of great ideas there. A lot of fun. Let me show you how I did this. Of course, we got our cute little Christmas gingerbread. These will have to go to my son. He absolutely loves those. And my husband too. Oh, they're so fun. All right, so what did I do with my, oh, I know what I did with it. There we go. All right. Now, to color that piece in, I'm using the Stampin' Blends Ivory, and I'll use little extra pieces of paper if I'm not real sure what color to use of blends, because sometimes it looks lighter on paper than it actually is, or vice versa. It's not dark enough or it's too light, you know, that kind of thing. And then we have our little baggies that we sell, the clear bags. I used to really buy a ton of these because I would do the, you know, the craft fairs and stuff. All right, so this is the simple 8x5. And let me read that measurement again for you so I don't tell you the wrong thing. And then you're going to score it at 3 3/4 and 4 1/4. And then at the bottom, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then you're going to fold them all. And at the bottom, you're going to cut up to the score line. But you're going to keep that piece on there. And you only need one little strip of tear and tape. And then the front, whichever part is going to be the front, you're going to just put it at a slant in your paper trimmer and just trim off that little piece right there. So let's go ahead and put them together. And whenever I'm stamping, I just stamp till I figure out what I'm going to do with it. Let's go ahead and take off that little piece there. I'm going to fold that one in. Just fold it all the way. Oops. There's the sticky piece. That's going to go in. And then we're going to bring it all the way over. And then just run your finger on the bottom just to seal in that adhesive. You can always use your bone folder. Apply that pressure. And you can see it's still open on one side, but that's where we're going to use, this one we use that beautiful, I want to say it's that iridescent, yep, iridescent striped trim, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon. But then for this one, just a little contrast with color, we're going to use the beautiful shaded spruce ribbon for that one. But before we go that far, let's do a little stamping. We've got our hot cocoa, our little red candy cane, and all the things. And after this one, we've got the calendar that I'm going to show you. All right, so these are those little strips. We'll do the hot cocoa. And if you don't like the one side, how it turns out, you can flip it over. I like how that turned out, so I'm going to keep that one. And then let's go ahead and we'll stamp the base of the cup. For some reason, I feel like I'm not all in the video here. Let me move things up. There we go. And then our top piece. Just like that. And then we're gonna stamp our little red, real red, the tiny little candy cane. That's so cute. And then this piece, we run it through the die cutting machine and voila. Yeah, I guess you could say I cheated a little bit. I had it pre-cut. And then we're just going to color in the top part with ivory right here. I didn't want it to be too dark. That's why I always kind of use that paper there to kind of get an idea. I was going to use the new in color, but those were beautiful fall colors. And I just thought this gave it just a tiny bit of, little bit of color there. And I'm going to trim this down. Just like that. And then I'm going to cut in the center. Create my little flag. There's probably a retired punch somewhere in my stash, but I can trim it just as quick. And I think that's it for the stamping. So let me just put the lid on this one so we don't get ink everywhere. You could totally trim down your designer paper too if you wanted to do that. Let's go ahead and, let's see, here's my glue dots. We'll add this piece right on top. Looks good. And then of course you want to add some Wink of Stella on there. There's no color, just Wink of Stella. Because my whipped topping is nice and yummy. My coffee, or hot cocoa, as it were. Now this one we want to go ahead and get this ribbon ready, because the ribbon is what's going to kind of hold everything in place a little bit. And then of course we want to add in our hot cocoa packet and all the things. And then we're going to just tie a little bow right here. And I think what I did was, on the first one, I didn't come all the way down, and I think I like it better. Like my first sample, for some reason, I came all the way down on this one. I don't remember why. But I think it's better like the first one. And I basically, you can do a bow, or you can do a knot. Let's see if we can do a bow. I think I have enough ribbon, we can do that. Oh yeah, nice. Love it when it works out. Yay. Beautiful, love it. Okay. And so next, we can go ahead and add our decorative pieces here. Just kind of set them right on top of the bow. And then I'm going to put my hot cocoa right down here on the bottom. And if you want to really secure your bow, you can just put a little glue dot underneath there, but I think it'll be fine. Super cute. And then of course we don't want to forget to decorate this with all these cute little pieces. Absolutely adorable. Love it. And there's a lot in this packet, so there's like 150, so very nice. That is how easy and simple this is to make. And then you just put it inside the little bag, the clear bag there. And fold this over. And these are great for craft fairs, stocking stuffers, if you will. I do like the first one. It just seems like the slant is not all the way down. So just keep that in mind when you make your slant. Just kind of go like maybe halfway. And the best thing to do, you know, ahead of time is maybe use a ruler and a pencil to get an idea of where you want the angling to go. Because like I said, the second one, I think I came down a little too far. But that's how easy it is to make this one. Super easy. Then we have one more project left to share. Every year I get a custom order. Now, if you come Saturday, you'll get to make a calendar and you'll get to decorate a stocking. And of course, I have some other stamping projects prepared for Saturday. And we have a saran wrap ball game that's got lots of fun Stampin' Up! Stuff and just all kinds of fun stuff. A lot of great games and things. So hopefully you guys can come and stamp with us and enjoy the Christmas party. So this was made for an order. I had a specialized order for that. This was from this year that I made. And then this is something you'll get to make when you come Saturday. Let's see. I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. And my little retired bumblebees. And this is some retired paper, but you know, we all have gorgeous paper in our stash, don't we? And then this is Berry Burst. And of course, flowers are gorgeous. Love the flowers. And I just now realized I didn't cut that piece that's for the middle. And that's a 5x4 piece that goes down in the middle. And it's scored in 3 places: 1/2 inch, 2.5, and 4.5. I guess after repeating that to myself and cutting for that custom order, I remember the measurements off the top of my head. Okay. And let's see, we have our tear and tape for the calendar. Super easy. So pretty. And the stamp set that this saying came from, now this die cut came from, let me think about it for a second, the Unbounded Beauty, I do believe. And there's our card. We do need that middle piece in there, the 5x4. So let me grab some paper real quick so I can show you that piece as well. Let me grab the Berry Burst. Let me trim that for you so you can see. It's 5x4, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut at 4 inches by 5. And then the cutter for me is at the top, and then at the bottom of my trimmer is the score blade. The first score is going to be the 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to turn it. Makes it a little bit easier to see the 2.5 inch. That's the second score, and the final score is at 4.5. That's how easy that is, 5 by 4. And then we're going to need our tear and tape. So just basically fold that over, fold that piece right back, and fold this one back. So this is going to be like an anchor that's going to keep it standing up and not falling over, so it can be displayed on your desk. These make great gifts, and I did some last year. I just love these. These are fun. All right. So basically, you're going to find maybe 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, and hold it down securely. You can see I use the Take Your Pick tool pretty much all the time. And then you're just going to fold the top right on top of it. Then on the back, same thing. You're just going to take that piece right off the tear and tape. And there it is, safe and secure to stand. See how easy that is? Super easy. Love it. So this is what one of the projects we're making Saturday. This one and the stocking. So we've got that one, our hot cocoa packet tonight. Our cute little stocking and all the stuff that can go inside of it. Along with the little tags that we stamped on the stocking itself. And of course, the 2 cards that I designed, Athena Originals. So much fun. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I thank you for joining me either on live Facebook or later on the upload to YouTube. Join us next week and we'll probably play with some new product that's coming. I'm anxious to get my hands to stamping on some of the celebration that's coming in January. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy stamping.